A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a surprising turn of events, the United States has reportedly been working behind the scenes to negotiate an end to the ongoing war in Ukraine. A new 28-point plan has been crafted, focusing on security guarantees, European stability, and future relations between the US, Russia, and Ukraine. This initiative comes as diplomatic efforts have previously faltered, prompting Washington to take a more direct approach to facilitate peace talks. Sources indicate that former President Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, has been in discussions with Russian envoy Kirill Dmitriev and Ukrainian security advisor Rustem Umerov. The framework of this plan appears to be inspired by Trump's earlier efforts to establish a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, which, while successful in halting hostilities, did not completely eliminate violence in the region. The White House has begun briefing European officials on this new proposal, which will be the focal point of high-level meetings scheduled for this week. This comes at a time when EU nations are dealing with escalating drone attacks from Russia, which have resulted in significant territorial breaches and civilian casualties. In a related effort to revive stalled negotiations, the U.S. has dispatched 2 senior Army officials to Ukraine for an unannounced visit. Army Secretary Dan Driscoll and Army Chief of Staff General Randy George are expected to meet with President Volodymyr Zelensky and other top officials to discuss the current situation and potential paths forward. Reports suggest that Driscoll may also engage with Russian officials in the coming days, aiming to leverage military channels for more effective communication. This renewed push for peace comes in the wake of a significant escalation in hostilities, with Russian forces intensifying their attacks on Ukrainian cities and critical infrastructure. Just last night, Ukraine faced a massive air assault, with over 500 drones and missiles launched at various targets, resulting in multiple casualties and extensive damage. President Zelensky confirmed that at least 9 individuals were killed, with many more injured and potentially trapped under debris. The situation remains precarious, with both sides continuing to suffer heavy losses. As the U.S. seeks to mediate a resolution, the effectiveness of this new strategy will be closely watched by the international community. The outcome of the discussions in Kyiv and the forthcoming meetings in Europe could significantly influence the trajectory of the conflict and the stability of the region. Amidst this, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has expressed readiness to engage with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, following reports of a potential peace summit. However, Trump's recent comments about not wanting to participate in what he deemed a waste of time have cast doubt on the viability of such discussions. As the war drags on, the humanitarian crisis in Ukraine deepens, with civilians bearing the brunt of the violence. The international community watches closely, hoping for a breakthrough that could finally bring an end to the suffering and pave the way for lasting peace. In conclusion, the secretive negotiations between the U.S. and Russia mark a significant development in the quest for peace in Ukraine. With both sides under pressure and the stakes higher than ever, the coming weeks will be critical in determining the future of the region and the potential for a resolution to this protracted conflict. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.